Hey guys, Coach Jeff here. We're gonna be bringing you through the front squat today. All right, so when you're setting up for a front squat, if we're doing it for strength, you're gonna be on the rack, all right? When you're on the rack, you're gonna wanna set your hands about thumbs width off that smooth part of the knurling there. That's gonna put them nice and outside your shoulders. One of the most common things I see is people wanna just put their hands on here right next to where that is, and then they get into that front rack and they're all cramped down and they're rounded in their upper back, okay? I want you guys to get your hands out a little wider, get those thumbs set up, and then wrap them, okay? And then a lot of times people tend to have trouble with this position, so I'm gonna kind of go through how I get people into the proper position if you're not able to get in the proper position. Sometimes it's mobility. We're not always going to be able to get into the perfect position right off the bat. Your shoulders just might be too tight. You know, it might be motor control though too. So what I do is something we call douchebag shoulders. So good posture, your shoulders are back. When you're in the front rack position, when you're doing a front squat or any other time you need the front rack position, your shoulders need to be forward, okay? Now the reason for that is we're trying to create a shelf with our shoulders, okay? If they're back, there's no shelf here, it's gonna be on my chest and fall down, okay? A lot of times people tend to start to feel wrist pain on these, and normally what that is because is their shoulder is back and they're trying to get in that front rack position and the bar is just kind of sitting right down on your wrist like this, okay? So this is what a good front rack looks like, all right? It's on my shoulders, my elbows are up, the higher, the better. If we're just doing front squats, we don't need to have a full grip established. So one thing you can do is loosen up, go to your fingertips, and then that will help you get into a better position. The other way I do is you're gonna push your shoulders forward. I call it douchebag shoulders, for those of you that haven't heard me use that term. Douchebag shoulders, and then I'm gonna take one and wrap it around like that. And over-exaggerate that position. Okay, I'm gonna have my feet underneath the bar at that point, and then I'm gonna take the other and bring it around to that same point. All right, and now you can see I'm in a pretty good position. That's the front rack, that's step one. You need to establish that before you can do a front squat properly. Now, if you're simply not mobile and it's just too hard on your wrists, this is an option where you can kind of just flatten over, push your elbows up, it'll create that rack position. It should be very close to your neck. If you don't feel it close to your neck, you're probably not doing something right. Talk to a coach, all right? So I'm gonna do a couple for you so you can see what they look like. All right, so that's what the front squat looks like. All the regular squat mechanics apply that we do in the back squat or the air squat. Our knees are coming out over our toes, our weight's back in our heels, our torso is nice and flat and upright, and our hip crease is traveling below parallel if possible, okay? What tends to happen in a front squat is the weight's in front of you, so it's gonna try to pull you forward, all right? If you're getting pulled forward, try to sit back a little further. And if you're not getting into proper depth, try to push your knees out a little bit more. Usually those are two cues I use that help a bit. When it comes to the rack position, if you get to the bottom and your torso is caving down at the very bottom, what I want you to think about is on your way down, drive your elbows up, and when you know you're about to hit the bottom, really drive them up, and that's gonna kind of try to counteract, all right, that dip with the torso, all right? So that's the front squat. If you guys are having troubles with it, with the front rack or just squatting in general, talk to a coach. We'll help you out with some mobility stuff. Hope that helps, guys. Thanks.